Hello, friends. Welcome. I am Ananda Rose. We are just going live, and looks like. Hello, friends. Again, sorry. I apologize. We are going live, and it seems like the audio settings were not correct. And I am just going to check that everything is flowing freely with our us being online, that I can hear myself. So please give me 1 second. I'm going to turn myself on mute and see. Oh no, I have to keep talking, don't I? So that I can hear us come through. So hang on a second for me. Um, yeah, how are you, friends? I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me. Kirsty Marie is running a few minutes late, and she is, yeah, she tells me she will be with us in a few minutes. So that's going to be really good. So, just going to, I can hear myself. Thank you for joining me. Kirsty Marie. That's it. Great. We're on. We're on. Well, friends, thank you so much. That this was a last minute confirmation that we would do the session. It's for everyone. It's for anyone who is. We're definitely going to have a focus on anybody for energy for anybody who relates to being neurodivergent, but we are also going to be talking about stuff in general. So Kirsty will join me very shortly. And what I needed to say today is I'm just glad we're all together. I'm glad that we have this opportunity to be able to be live, talk, provide support for the collective. And and just be there for each other, because at this time, whilst we're being asked to go inward, we really are also being asked to draw strength and courage and support from ourselves. But also, this cannot be done without the support of those people around us. This is why being in touch, communicating with the soul family is so important. So, I'm going to have a sip of water. And what I'd like us to do, please, if you haven't got it yet, get yourself a glass of water. I have a feeling I am supposed to invoke the dragons of Neptune again today, but we'll go with the flow and see how it works, because it's the 7th of February here in Auckland, New Zealand. Well, in New Zealand, and we're already in the energy of the 7th of February. So I feel like I just need to say, well, get your water ready. We might do a little bit of an invocation with the water. I must make sure not to drink all of mine. So, one of my videos that's coming up today, the one that is going live today, so that everybody can see, watch it, is about the 7th of February 2025, the alignments of the North Node with Neptune and Saturn. And so basically, this is meant to be the way they are positioned today is meant to be a day when we put our dreams out there, when we bring it forward to the universe. Anything we want to create, if we can just tune in and focus on that. I am sure the esoteric community that we all watch online, there'll be lots of meditations and things going on, just to help people to bring in, to birth in what it is they really want to create. What dream is it that you really want to create? And and also that I understand that if you tune in and you start this creation from now on, it's going to be something that will have strong roots. It will have a longevity. It will have strength. It will withstand time. And of course, it's something that's going to be big that you're building. For me personally, I'm like, oh, what is that dream? And I'm still thinking about my dream. Okay, so let's do a bit of a clearing. Karmachau tufaranachai tufaranachai lumatu kurunachai itibaru ramachai natu na tufaranachai na tufaranachai lumrachai natu aranachai tu ramachai there we go. There she comes in. Kiramatu furanachai, ramatai natu. Eyawan, ochramachai, toranachai, tavaranachai, tavaranachai, tiabachot, tavaranachai, tavaranachai. Thank you, everyone. Welcome again. And welcome, Kirsty Marie. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. I'm here.
It's good. It's good. Thank you for being here. It's
Oh,
oh, it got a bit dark there.
I went dark. Ooh,
Thank you for being here. I know that we do the morning events well, they can be, but they can also be they can be a bit of a challenge to get to, but they can also be such an amazing thing to start the day with. That's what I find. I really love it for those reasons. Just that it's a good way to start the day. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Okay. How are you today, Kirsty?
good. Obviously working with light and shadow.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, working with light and shadow in many ways. I have a shadow under my eye that I'm still working on. There's like I call it sun damage, but it just must be, something. But yeah, I'm still working on trying to make sure that it the sky lightens. So, I understand. And so the closer I get to my light to the light here, the more you can see it. So I have to stay in the shadows. I get it.
No, well, you look beautiful as usual.
Well, thank you, and so do you. Never mind the shadows, you do too. So, so Kirsty, I was just talking to everybody and saying, hey, thank you for joining us, and just talking about some things about current energy, and talking about today being the 7th of February. I'm just catching you up a little bit. 7th of
Mhm.
February, which they're talking about the alignments of oh, there are so many dragons in the sky right now, in the clouds. Um, sorry, I didn't mean to digress, but anyway, talking about the 7th of February, today having the alignment of Neptune, Saturn with and Saturn with the North Node, and how they are saying that um, if you have a dream that you really, that is your big dream that is creative, you want to be creative about something. Today's the day to tune in for that, and it not only does it have a strong chance of becoming coming into fruition, but also a strong chance of having the strength of longevity, well, um, to prevail, to carry on, to have its longevity for a long time. Obviously, longevity for a long time, but also strong. It's a strong way to invoke that dream today. Uh, you know, to tune in for the dream. So, well, have you heard about that?
No, I'm not so great at keeping up with the astrology, but usually when I hear someone talk about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I do. I do feel that energy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So there is that energy, and my video that's coming out later on tonight is about it. But also, I had dragons there, and here I kind of thought the dragon language sounded really weird, but but it was there. But it's gonna sound weird anyway because it's what it is. Like it's
Mm.
not our language, it's not our tone, is it? So anyway, let's talk about today and now. What are you gonna do? What did you feel tuned in to do for this morning session?
Well, when I tuned in yesterday, might have been the day before, about today, and also about
She's hot.
Sunday, which will be our
Yep.
membership session for Awaken Sleeping Dragon, I immediately got the image of a bat, which was interesting. So,
Oh wow.
and for me, the energy of the bat, there's some kind of obvious themes around, well, light and shadow,
Yes.
transformation, and also what came through for me was this thing of being yourself, which we talk about over and over, and bringing through your unique gifts. And it doesn't have to look a certain way. So the bat doesn't need feathers to fly. It doesn't need physical vision to navigate. It can echolocate. And so this feeling of embracing your unique gifts and perhaps, looking at this astrology, really dreaming into that
Yeah.
today. And then also very strongly what I felt from this bat energy was freedom from fear. Yeah. And it's this kind of timeless thing. Is it love or is it fear? Is it truth or is it fear? And the bat has this mythology around it, of course, of darkness and vampires and all these types of things. And it's just such an incredible creature. So yeah, really feeling into freedom from fear, being honest about what the fear is and how that can keep us feeling stuck. Mm.
Mm,
Because fears can be so subtle and so powerful at the same time.
yes.
Mm.
You know, Kirsty, that is a very good point you make. And I feel like, with what I was tuning in for this session today, I feel like that is just so in tune with it because there seems to be this the fear. Where does the fear come from? And that fear is why we're having such a mind a war of the mind, war of the thoughts, war of the, it's like freaking out, worry, stress, not being able to settle in. And I just felt that we needed to just be easy, being, not even strive, just be. And that is, I think perhaps that is the point of all of that fear and thing, all of that we're going through at the moment, and to understand that this is about taking the journey and really going within and saying, okay, if I feel fear, if I feel discomfort, if I feel unease or disease, what is this? What is where does it come from? And often the answer is fear and worry, right? Because they sort of seem to go hand in hand. Fear leading to worry, which then brings your dis-ease or your unease in your mind or your discomfort in yourself. And it's just saying, we have to just release all those things because yes, it feels like, fear also is like this because I was thinking about some things I was going through this week and I was feeling like, I feel like I'm alone in this. And I feel like I'm alone. I feel like nobody knows. And it doesn't, if you, even you can be with people, living with five people in your house and still feel alone in what's going on within you. So I feel so much that it's such a personal journey. It's such a personal time to understand yourself and to come into the knowingness and the of the you and who you are. So yeah, I agree with the fear part. Definitely, there's that going on. And sometimes, even if you're not feeling the fear, you feel the fear of the collective because everybody around us are going through it. What we're not being upfront with, what we're not doing is owning it and saying, oh yeah, I feel like that. Mm, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and it feels so real that sense of being alone. It's always an illusion. Part of us always knows that. Because if you're one with everything, you're one with whatever you want to call it, God, creator, divine,
Yeah.
it's impossible to be alone. And so the construct is something that we make up and then we build all these fears on top of it. And that's a totally normal human thing to do. And at the same time, it's absolutely possible to experience freedom from that. Mm,
Yes, yes, absolutely. It is possible. It's also to know that even if we're physically alone, because a lot of us live alone,
mhm,
a lot of us live with people, and still the people we live with don't know the trauma of the mind or the feelings that we're going through or the worry and all of that. Because some of us are thinking like, okay, so is this it? Is this the end for me? Will I not get to live my life the way I dreamt of it being? Is this it? Is this what it is? It feels like, I was thinking about it this week and I was thinking there was some stuff that I had envisioned for my life. And I was thinking, well, it looks like I won't fulfill that this time. It looks like I'm not going to live that, you know? And 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 so I feel like there might be many people feeling like that at the moment. But again, what is that? Is that really the truth? Is that us going through this journey with knowing ourselves and going through the layers of that and feeling like, I can't see the end of that? You know, what is that? What is behind it? Is it the energies of the collective? Is the astrology affecting us to think like that? There's so many factors involved, and that is why be true to yourself. I'm saying to everybody now, do that time of tuning into yourself. It's vital to have your tuning in time, whatever that looks like. 10 minutes of silence, breathing, walking in nature, whatever. That is what is going to help us to understand that in this day, you just take the day for the day and just deal with whatever's in the day, not worrying about the future, what isn't, what just do the moment.
Mm, yeah, and it's so almost boring because it's so simple, but it's so powerful. The more we can just be in the present moment and be aligned with, you know, not so much the self as in the ego self, but our divinely connected self. Mm.
Yes.
And it's kind of like this balancing, it might not be the right word, but this balance between knowing that um, you know, we are part of this grand creation. We are connected to the divine, kind of almost like an aspect of the divine. And so on some levels, there are things that are almost inevitable, but that doesn't
Yes.
mean we don't have free will. There's this kind of paradox. It's almost like how easy or difficult do we want to make it for ourselves as we move towards oneness ultimately. And we take all these detours, these fascinating detours on the way. And while we're doing it, we can still have fun. You know, you can be expansive and part of the oneness and still, from a less attached, graspy place, have fun with being in this physical body and creating things and doing things through time, from the beginning to the end. And if there's a lightness around that, it becomes so much less anxiety inducing, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just being, just being, just being.
Mm.
I feel like this week, it was a week that felt unusually quiet. It was quiet all around me. Well, the kids went back to school, so that's one of the reasons. But there was a quietness in the air that was different. I started to feel guilty about, I don't know, I started to feel guilty that I was home and other people were working. Not that I'm not working, you know. Stuff. Not that I'm not working. I'm doing a lot of stuff on the background at the moment. That will start to come to the forefront in the weeks ahead. But just kind of just feeling like that and thinking, oh gosh, like But there is a time for everything. Pauses, being quiet, is necessary. So if we need to also realize that because we live in a world where we've been programmed to, if it's not going a certain way, that means we must be doing something wrong. If it's not going like, okay, so I was feeling guilty because I'm not going to work like other people and the stress of that. But what if this is my time to be out of that environment so that I can replenish, rejuvenate, rethink, come back? Because come back to whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing. Because I believe that time out of work, like in a big sense, is relative for the soul. It's necessary to find yourself, to rejuvenate and reconnect. In the third dimension, in the days when it's completely third dimension, you'd be looked and frowned upon to be doing what I do. Okay. There will be people looking at you. And I did have this recently where somebody's looking at me like, oh, like, why do you think you should be home? Well, actually, I don't. But I might be home, but I'm doing work. But it's a third dimensional way of thinking. Now we know that actually a lot of us have been taken out of that because we need to really focus on the transformation process. It's not the way of thinking like we used to have. So, see the programming? I was feeling guilty about it. Not thinking, hey, but this is because you're supposed to fulfill your soul's purpose. So,
Mm.
yeah, so there might be some of that too. So, Kirsty, anything else you want to say? Because I'm wondering if you're going to do I've got something to do. I bet the guys have given me
Mm.
to do. But anything you want to say beforehand? Sorry, do beforehand because you can take us in if you like.
Yeah, I'll do like a micro process.
Yes, please.
And then I'll hand over to you.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
I'll put myself on mute so you go for it.
Yeah, that's all good. So I'll lead us into a teeny tiny meditation or mental exercise. And then you can stay there if you want, but then I'll ask you to open your eyes and I'll show you a brief exercise that will be especially helpful if you're feeling a bit kind of stuck, don't know where to go next, how to get there. Mm. So to start with, perhaps just feeling your feet on the ground. As usual, making that conscious connection to this beautiful earth that we live on, that we're part of. Feeling that energy, drawing it up through the central column of your body and opening up through the crown of the head, connecting to your higher self, angels, guides, benevolent ancestors. And now I want you to imagine you're standing at the entrance to some kind of portal. It could be a door, it could be a waterfall, it could be an opening at the base of a tree. And as you consciously step through that portal, feel yourself transforming from your physical form into a winged being. It could be a bird, a bat, a dragon, something of your own creation. And letting yourself rise up, flying up above the surface of the earth, higher into the clouds, higher above the clouds, zooming out and zooming out until you're looking back at this beautiful planet and just taking a moment with this expansive, zoomed out perspective to look back at this earth and your life within it, seeing if it helps you to gain some sense of peace, of clarity, of the bigger picture of your life and how all our lives intertwine. Knowing that you can take this perspective back with you into your grounded form, and at any stage you can return to this higher vision. Anytime you're feeling dragged into drama, anxiety, fear, zoom out. So now beginning to descend while bringing this perspective with you, this peace, coming back down through the clouds, through your portal, feeling the union of this winged visionary, this messenger with your physical form, and grounding in, feet on the ground. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, and I'll show you just a little exercise you can do whenever it calls to you to move energy, to create a sense of forward momentum, to balance. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that, let me just play around with my angle here. Imagine that my hand is your foot, okay? So if you turn it over, that's the heel, that's the ball, these are the toes, this is the point at the base of the ball of the foot. And so you can do this on your hands, of course, but you can do it on your feet. I'm just not going to lift my foot up to the screen. Be a little bit not so graceful, okay? So what you can do, and this is your foot, is you can massage between all of your toes. So there's so many pressure points in here. The ears and the hands and the feet, we know they're almost like replicates in miniature of the energy system of the whole body. So when you massage in between the bones of your toes, you're hitting so many of these points. And what you can do is just feel, if you have certain points that feel a bit gristly, a bit painful, a bit stuck, you can give them some extra attention. And just use this process to shift your energy and allow for forward motion, however that looks to you. And it can look like staying still, but the energy will still move. So do this on both of your feet, just really getting in between those bones. And then also, massage the ends of your toes. And then come underneath, massage the ball of your foot, the heel. And then we've got this incredible kidney one point at the where the ball of the foot meets the arch, which is really a power point. So you can get stuck into there and feel energized and grounded. So for a quick reset. Thank you. Over to you.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that. I was like, I love it. I absolutely love it. I do it sometimes, but I need to do it more times. And I like about that middle point that connects to the kidneys and it's good. Yeah, really good. Wow. Awesome. Thank you, Kirsty. That was really, really wonderful. So, friends, I've been tuning in, and there were a couple of things that came up. I was just guided to listen to the Twameva Mantra again this morning, and after that, I listened to Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. And so I'm gonna say some words from this version by Snatam Kaur. She sings this, and she sings this so beautifully. And the backup musicians. I'm going to put the link to it in the description box, or I'll put it somewhere, because I feel like these are the words right now, the words from that. I'm going to say some of the words from the Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo song. That's her version, and so it's her lyrics, and I'm just going to say it to you. I feel there's a need to say this today because with everything going on in our worlds, we need to understand who we are. We need to have the peace of mind about who we are And if you forgot, then these are the words. It goes like this: I bowed my head to God, and God took all of me. Every imperfection, God took all of me. And every day, God lives and breathes through me. Looking in the mirror, I love you, sweet God. O my beloved, kindness of the heart, breath of life, I bow to you, divine teacher, beloved friend. I bow to you. I bow to you again and again. I feel those words is so important for us to know, looking in the mirror. Oh, my beloved, I bow to you. I love you, sweet God, because this is who we are, expression of the universe. Yes, she uses the word God, but another word for God is the universe. The expression of the universe is us. We are here in physical form of the universe, of God's source God, however we say it. This is so beautiful. I can't, you know, I just have to say, I was so moved by it this morning. So that was one of the things. And in one of our events, I think it was our event where we talked about the Twameva chant and what it means. The Twameva chant, I'm going to read what it means to you, and I'll try and sing it this time because that time I thought I did a bad job of it. So here we are. The words go Twameva Mata Chapita Twameva, Twameva Bandhu, Chasaka Twameva, Twameva Vidya Dravenam Twameva, Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. You truly are my mother, and you truly are my father. You truly are my relative, and you truly are my friend. You truly are my knowledge, and you truly are my wealth. You truly are my all, my God of gods. I know we're using the God word a lot today, but some of us use it for the universe, and the Twameva Mantra, by the way, is, if you didn't know this before, if you didn't join one of us events when we talked about it, it is the words are in Sanskrit. Okay. Right. Let's breathe, dear ones. Welcome. Twameva Mata Chapita Twameva Twameva Bandhu Chasaka Twameva Twameva Vidya Dravenam Twameva Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Twameva Mata Chapita Twameva Twameva Bandhu Chasaka Twameva Twameva Vidya Dravenam Twameva Twameva sarvam mama deva deva. Twameva sarvam mama deva deva. Twameva sarvam mama deva deva. Hiao Kirama Teromo Jina Kuhao Yeremoa Yeremoa Yehawa Tuang Koranya Yera Yeram Yeramakumeau Yerom Yerawam 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 Yeram Yerom Wayanam Yahweh Rana Yam Rana Huang Yam Harana Hawam Harana Hawam Yam Twameva Mantra Japeta Twameva Twameva Bandhu Chasaka Twameva Twameva Vidya Dravinam Twameva Twameva sarvam mama deva devam Kirana chofarana chaimi toche. Beloved ones, you are so beautiful. You are so you. You are so perfect. Chremato hayenato harna chemato. Rachetimo rachetamaranakai. Ichokurne atiroha inatafaranakai. Some have thought they have come to fulfill their soul's purpose, and still they have not been seen or heard. Some are wondering about that. And so we'd say to you, everything as a time. Everything as a time. Be at peace with what is, for this be at peace for who you are. Be at peace for this time and space. Be at peace in this moment. Be at peace right now. Be in this moment of peacefulness. Award yourself loving kindness. Award yourself love. Self-reflection with grand love. Self-reflection with unconditional love. Siramachai suranatafa suhramahete tapaina. Thank you, beloved ones. Thank you. Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, tsufaranachai. Give me one second, please.
Mm. I love those mantras so much. I use that Om Namo Gurudev Namo quite often because it's so
Yeah,
simple but so beautiful, right? It's kind of like bow to the divine creator, bow to the divine
yeah,
within.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been so we've been given so many tools already to do this life. I thought I had a car. I have got it, but I can't see it here right now. But I had this deck of cards that's got some information on the back, but that's okay. I can always put in the description box.
Mm.
Um, this week, when my recording is coming out later. Excuse me, sorry, I keep moving away. Is working with the dragons of Neptune. And seeing that, Neptune. I'm looking forward to Neptune. Um, you know, aligning with the North Node and Saturn because we have so many dreams we want to bring into fruition, right? But so that's going to be like awesome. The astrology is going to be phenomenal. I suppose we're going to need a lot we're going to need to realize that we're going to have a lot of the highs and lows this year, according to the astrology. I mean, I've got to say with the astrology, you can see it in the skies. I mean, no doubt, really, right? We can see it in the sky. So that's
Mm.
the thing. If you understand where the planets are and which direction to look in, and they always rise in the east like the sun. So and setting in the west like the sun. So you can see you can see the planets. I did a thing with the dragons of Neptune, in my recording. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave it for everybody to do the exercise in there. It was just about um, blessing your water, blessing your water, and asking the dragons of Neptune to infuse your water with energy and drinking all of the water. And when you watch the video, friends, you'll see there was an experience that happened there. So maybe I'll leave it for you to experience the energy there because you can take your glass of water and, then I don't know. I think that's the best thing to do. I feel like we've got to let that flow into that. Yeah, into that, like that energy flow into that video when you experience it. So, Kirsty, what else? Anything else?
Mm-mm. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm feeling quite peaceful now. Freedom from fear. Yeah. Gosh,
Yeah.
it's such a big topic that it kind of pervades everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I think for me, I feel it's just about self right now. As long as it sounds selfish, but it's okay to be selfish. I mean, we've been taught to be selfless, but selfish, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's been such a bad taste put to the word selfish, but you're just being yourself. To be selfish is to be yourself. I'm selfish. I'm being me. Um, Yeah, I feel that that's necessary because, when you look after yourself, that energy automatically flows into the collective. And so we're all taken care of. Yeah.
Mm.
So we're looking forward to catching everybody on Sunday, Neurodivergence, our
Yeah.
Awakened Sleeping Dragon event. So,
Hmm.
and we say to everybody, hey, if you identify with being neurodivergent, I hope I said that in the right way, in the right format.
Hmm.
Join us for that because there's something unique that happens in that session. And I said it to Lynn yesterday, um, that I believe, and I'm starting to feel this more and more, we have to be neurologically diverse for this transformation process. Because if we were programmed like the third dimension, like living in the third dimension as programmed us to be, or to living in the norms of that completely, we cannot move into this new phase, into this ascension process, because you have to start to think outside of the box, deprogramming. And anybody who's come to the planet, who thinks differently in the in the days of only third dimension, consciousness being only of our third dimension, you know that to be different, like the way we have been different, has been shunned upon. But we are the sleeping dragons. We are the secret of the universe because we had to come to show the way. That's it. To be
Mm,
different. Yeah,
mm.
and yes, it's been a challenge, but this is our trajectory now. This is our time. And we're not we are different because some of us are the way showers for that. That's the thing, way showers. We had to be who we are to express ourselves so that people could start wondering about that. And yes, for the ones that came first, that's been quite a challenge in that nobody was listening. Nobody, everyone thought had they gave connotations to it, different names to it, labels to it. But millennials, man, they did it different.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a millennial or not. I'm kind of on the cusp, I think.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
and but the thing is, it took that. I'll have to say this combination of X generation, the borderline ones, X generation, and elder millennials, as they're called, to start getting bullshit about it and saying we're going to do it like this.
And yeah, and we say this often, but when we talk about, being, different or special or way showers, we're never saying that, you're better than anyone else because
No,
it's just we're just our unique expression and catalysts of change. And we all get there. We all go home eventually. So
exactly.
yeah, that expression is so true. We're all just walking each other home,
Yes.
and we're trying to do that in the most aligned way
Yeah.
possible. And so I don't know what you've got planned for Sunday, or whether it's still brewing,
It's still
but
brewing.
I'm still brewing. So I'm thinking to bring through this bat energy,
Yes. Okay.
working with fear. It's obviously that's a very broad topic, and
Yeah.
nested within that, um, freedom from addictions. And when we talk about addictions, it can be obvious things, yeah, of course, like alcohol, food, other drugs, but it can be so much more subtle.
It's true.
Yeah, and
It
so
can
many of
be.
us now we're addicted to whatever, scrolling social media,
Uh huh.
addicted to self-criticism, addicted
Hmm.
to whatever. And that's not a judgment. We all do these things. And
Observation.
and all of them are a mental construct. And in some sense, all of them are fear, not truth. They're just distracting us from our true divine nature. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll work with that.
Okay.
Maybe work with some energy around the hypothalamus, because that's in the physiological sense quite important in linking to those patterns.
Mm.
And we'll see where it goes, as always. And it's always a co-creative wonder, I find. Yeah.
I love when you do those things. I love when you do like show us to do a physical, something physical. It's a physical process or exercise. I think that's why I really love, one of the reasons I really love the neurodivergence events. I just want to say something. When I talk about us being as we are the secret of the universe and we are, the sleeping dragons. I say it to all of us from the perspective of start to come into knowing who you are. Not necessarily that we're better than everyone. We've had to be different in order to support this transformation. That is our part in this. And so come into that awareness and own that. But obviously, we're not saying we're better than everyone else. What we are saying is we are coming to see and know and understand who we are. My part on the planet is to awaken people to themselves. One of my things I do. My part is to say certain things that come to my mind so that it stirs people up to who they are, brings ideas to them for what they're supposed to do, and how to navigate, always from a higher vibrational perspective, that is. So I just wanted to say that, that's why I say these things. So just remember that that is my perspective from where I'm coming from with it too. I'm looking forward to Sunday. I myself, yeah, it's brewing, and thank you, thank you. You've already set the pace, and of course, I'll bring the bat card into it on Sunday. I'm sure I've seen a bat there. I was thinking about the hanged man when you said the bat. You know how the bats. Have you seen bats in real life? Like
Mm,
they're hanging off the trees and they hang upside down,
mhm,
and like, and they don't really move about during the day. They move at night. And my family in South Africa, in Durban in particular, they have these avocado trees on their properties. One particular, and family members or group of cousins. They had one in the front of the house, one in the middle of the property, and they had one far back. They were in avocado trees in Durban are as big as pahurukawa trees can be here, and the avocados are like 3 times the size of avocados that we get. The has avocados, but anyway, I could see them in the daytime hanging off the avocado trees. And it used to freak me out because it's like you can see that bat. Imagine at night when it's dark and you're walking in the dark and it's flying around. But again, we should not be fearful and understand certain things about the bat. What the bat means. What more can we learn from it than just you got to be scared of that because we heard stories.
mhm.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the hanged man when you said that, and it's like interesting to find out more about the hanged man in the tarot. What does that all mean for us? Huh? How does it connect? Anyway, Kirsty, anything else before we say goodbye to everyone?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing you if you can come on Sunday. Yeah, we really enjoy supporting and bringing energies through and co-creating because you're part of the process. So yeah, just
Yeah,
sending big love. Mm.
yeah. Thank you for that, Kirsty. And everyone, just remember, soul family doesn't have to be right next to you. Many of us have discovered our soul families in another country. But thank God for the internet and Zoom and all that, that we can actually connect. Look how wonderfully blessed we are to be able to do this, right? So I'm looking forward to catching all of you then also. And who knows? Let's see what happens come Sunday. Maybe some of you will tell us about your dreams. And by the way, if you're thinking about what we're talking about, it's a membership that you sign up for. Okay. And we already have members in that group. So and I'll put the link in the description box for you to have a look at if you want to sign up for that membership. Yeah. Take care. So much love, everyone. Namaste.